Hey guys, Colgate here, and today for this video we have a lot of Avengers Doomsday news. And even though we have no Spider-Man Brand New Days news, that is kind of sad. I'm super excited with all of the stuff that we have for Doomsday. And the most important news is that we have more information of what the trailer of this movie that we're going to see in December could be about. So the main leaks say that the main theme of this trailer is going to be telling us the story, powers, and motivations of Doctor Doom and how he got all of his face disfigured and all burnt up. And my main theory is that in Doctor Doom's universe, he was the one that snapped his fingers to defeat Thanos because originally he was a hero, and due to his intelligence, he managed to create some technology that supported all of the radiation of the Infinity Stones and survived. But the only cost was that all of his face was totally burnt and disfigured. But the reason why he became a villain was that a person from his universe caused an incursion, and all of the people from his universe and the other universe were killed. And again, due to his intelligence, he was the only one to survive. So that's why he wants vengeance against the people that create incursions. And that's why his main motivation in this movie is going to be to kill everyone that's been causing incursions, and at the end create Battleworld to be the ruler of the multiverse. And this theory connects with another very crazy theory that says that in the Universe 616, the reason why we have no Doctor Doom is because He Who Remains, when he was writing the story of our principal universe, he decided that Doctor Doom was a great menace for the multiverse, and that if he let Doctor Doom be alive, Doctor Doom could become so intelligent to defeat He Who Remains. So he decided to take the soul of Doctor Doom that was supposed to be born as Victor Von Doom, and he put it in the body of Tony Stark. So this soul that was originally going to turn into Victor Von Doom turned into Iron Man. But in the rest of the universes, there was no person, He Who Remains, that did this. So in the rest of the universes, Doctor Doom exists. But in this universe, Iron Man was the one who had the body and soul of Doctor Doom. But in the rest of the universes, Doctor Doom has the face of Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man is a totally different person with a different face. And basically, He Who Remains also decided to kill Iron Man when he was becoming intelligent enough to become a menace for him. Because like you can see in Avengers Endgame, he discovered time travel. And if he could discover time travel that easily, maybe one day he could discover travel into the multiverse. So if Iron Man managed to travel across the multiverse, that would mean a problem for He Who Remains, because maybe Iron Man some way could arrive to the Citadel out of time where the He Who Remains lives and defeat him and take control of the multiverse. So when Iron Man started becoming a menace, He Who Remains killed him, and in the rest of the universes, the soul of Iron Man is Doctor Doom. And I know that this is a very crazy theory, but I think that it makes a lot of sense, and that we're going to see some of this in the trailer. And the other thing from the trailer is that there's rumors that we're going to see the confirmation of Chris Evans in Avengers Doomsday. Here in this trailer, we're going to see a scene of Captain America and Peggy Carter in her house in the 50s when Doctor Doom is going to arrive to kill him. And everybody that sees this trailer is going to be like super shocked, because if they're not so big Marvel fans, they're going to be like, why is Captain America still alive? And they're going to be super intrigued, they're going to be super hyped to see Avengers Doomsday. So that would be a very good strategy of marketing. Now, the next news that we have is also from Doctor Doom, that we had a better look at the suit that we could see in the Shanghai event. And the main thing that we can see here is that in the two metal discs that hold his cape, we can see two very emblematic logos from the MCU. The first one is a hammer that looks a lot like Thor's Mjolnir, And the other one is the star of the Star Force, that is the Kree Police, but it's also the logo of Captain Marvel. So I think that this could mean that Doctor Doom uses this as trophies, that he already defeated some variants of Thor and Captain Marvel that caused any incursion. So if Doctor Doom was able to kill these two very powerful heroes, I think that the Avengers are totally doomed, and I just hope to not see the logo of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in some part of his suit, because I don't know if I could resist that. Then we also have the news that Marvel is using one of these sets of Deadpool and Wolverine for one of their upcoming movies. And between Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, it's obviously Avengers Doomsday. And I think the one that fits in perfectly is the set from The Void. And if you don't remember what The Void is, it's basically where the TVA sends the variants that they pruned because they thought that they would be a menace for them. And we could see this place in the Loki series where Loki and Sylvie were sent here and they met other variants of themselves. And we could also see them in Deadpool and Wolverine, where Deadpool and Wolverine were sent here and they created this resistance of heroes to fight against the villain of the movie, Cassandra Nova, that was basically like the queen of this place. And the people that conformed this resistance were Deadpool, Wolverine, X-23, Gambit, Elektra, and the Blade of Wesley Snipes. But the only ones that managed to get out of the void were Deadpool, Wolverine, and X-23, and the rest were left there. So I think that the reason why would they see this place in Avengers Doomsday is because when Loki is creating his multiversal team that we know that Deadpool is going to be in. Deadpool is going to ask Loki if they can also save Gambit, Elektra, and Blade from the void so that they can also join this team. And we're going to see the scene of Loki and Deadpool arriving to the void and saving these guys and finally forming this super epic multiversal team. We also have news that Avengers Doomsday is going to be the last movie where we see Patrick Stewart, not only as Professor X, but also it's going to be the last movie of his career. And yeah, this guy's all over 80 years old, so he deserves retiring. But this is going to mean that we're going to see the fourth time that they kill Professor X in the movies. We already saw him in X-Men The Last Stand, then in Logan, then in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and now here. And there could be two ways that they could kill him. The first one is that when the Avengers and the X-Men stop fighting and the ally to fight against Doctor Doom is the one who kills him. But I don't think that that's what is going to happen. I think that when the Avengers and the X-Men are fighting and Sentry is beating up all of the X-Men, Doctor Doom is going to, Professor X is going to try to get into his mind. But you know that Sentry's mind is crazy, and there the Void is going to take control and is going to kill Professor X inside of his mind and also in real life, kind of like we saw that happened with how Wanda killed him in the Multiverse of Madness. And it's going to be very sad to not see this Professor X in Secret Wars. But obviously for the Mutant Saga, we're going to see a Professor X with a younger actor. That is going to be super cool also, but we'll never forget Patrick Stewart. And the last news from Avengers Doomsday is that in this movie we are going to see 3 main Earths. Even though we're going to see a lot of other Earths, like Tobey Maguire's Earth, Andrew Garfield's Earth, maybe even the Sonyverse, the 3 main Earths from this movie that are going to be the ones that we most see and that the most important ones for the story are going to be obviously the main universe, 616, where everything happens. Also, a very important universe that is almost the base of all theories, that is the X-Men universe, that you can see that we talk about it a lot in this channel. And finally, obviously, the Fantastic Four universe that we saw in their movie, because we know that is the first universe where Doctor Doom is going to go to kidnap Franklin Richards so that he creates Battleworld, joining the different parts of all of the universes that are going to collide against each other. And finally, some bonus news from Avengers Secret Wars and the Mutant Saga. From Secret Wars, the only thing that I have to say is that the official time where they're going to be recording this movie is going to be from April to September of next year. So next year is totally crazy because we're going to finish getting like the last little leaks of Doomsday. Well, we get like the first and most exciting leaks for Secret Wars. So we're going to see some leaks from Secret Wars without even seeing Doomsday first. So it's going to be so crazy. And now the mutant news is that there's a rumored Morlocks series in this new saga. And if you don't know who the Morlocks are, they're basically some mutants that instead of having like super cool powers like the X-Men, they have like a disgusting appearance and like powers that are not that cool, and the society totally rejected them, so they have to live in the sewer. And in the comics and in X-Men 97, we've seen them interact with the X-Men. But I don't think that it would be so smart for Marvel to do a series of the Morlocks, because their new plan is to do like series that they want to do many seasons of them, like Daredevil Born Again, X-Men 97, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And I really wouldn't like to see like a 3 seasons of the Morlocks with 10 episodes each season, but I would just like a mini series. But I don't think that Marvel does that because they're trying to focus in like longer series. But if Marvel does a 6-episode series with only 1 season of the Morlocks, I would be super excited to see it, because even though they're not the most important Marvel characters, they're characters that are important to know, and it would be fun to see. But well guys, that'd be all for this video. So if you're excited for Avengers Doomsday, The Mutant Saga, and Secret Wars, remember to like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.